Gaffer, obviously, lads fought to the very end in that second half, but it was meant to be. What's your assessment of the game?
Standing here, still very angry around the first half. The second half is everything I want to see in our team, and the first half was the very opposite. Put it simply, that's how I'm feeling at the moment.
Can we take any positives going into Saturday, given how we finished the game?
Yeah, the second half, as I said, it was everything that we want from an individual, as a Wigan player and as a team. Mentality was there. But yeah, the first half, I spoke, I think it was the last game or maybe the game before, around we can be a decent team when our mentality is right. When it isn't right, we can get beat by any team in this league, and the first half showed that. 3-0. Look, I have to give them credit as well. I don't want to constantly say maybe negatives about us, but they were good. If anything, again, 3-0, they could have been more. I think, I made 3 changes before the game. I take full responsibility for that. I didn't get the team right. The team was wrong. And then the second half, we had speed. We had an understanding of what we were trying to do. We were aggressive without the ball. Those things were the opposite in the first half.
We've been so good, certainly on both sides of the pitch, but clean sheets the last 3 games. Was it a bit of complacency maybe? What would you put that first half down to?
I think I fought very hard the last few days. I think with the start that we had in the season, and then we had those run of results after having such a positive start, I could sense that again, and I tried extremely hard to make sure that it wasn't the case. But I think from top to bottom in the club, we have to make sure that we, at any point this season, any point next season, the seasons to come, we can't ever get complacent, can't ever be overconfident. I've tried to keep things as level as we can the last few weeks, but that first half was not the right mentality.
Lang hits a crossbar with his free kick, and then 5 minutes later they go ahead. That's football sport, isn't it?
Yeah, even then, look, Lange's very good at free kicks, but even then the actual game was, that would have been against the run of play. We didn't start the game at all, with or without the ball. At times we were trying to defend our box with 6 or 7 players, which isn't enough. And Charlton were far superior first half, and the second half completely opposite. I think I spoke really emotionally after Blackpool last year, and didn't quite get the message right. So on this occasion, it's very different. I got this wrong. I'll take this for the group, staff as well. I've spoke to him about this weekend. This weekend's a huge game. It's a really difficult discussion because I'm still livid around the first half, and the second half was brilliant. I'm very reliant on some young players. I think that's what today showed me.
You allude to it there. Obviously, was it difficult to, probably Hump's Godo probably been our strongest players over the last few weeks. I appreciate you probably trying to keep that freshness in camp as well, and with Charlie White coming back in and the options you have going forward. Was it difficult to leave them out from the start? Yeah,
very. I think including tonight's game, we got 5 games in 2 weeks, and the run we've been off. I wanted to keep these players from getting injured. I also want to keep them at their highest level. That didn't work out today. It's as I said, I'm very reliant on a group of players. I want a squad that's competitive, and it is everything on the pitch now is dictates team selection, what you do in training, your mentality. It dictates the bench. So that's what we want. But today was a clear sign that we're definitely over reliant on some in the attacking side of the pitch.
Just on our 2 goals, is it fair to say Teller was probably our best player on the night? Got a deserved goal and then hit the crossbar earlier and then got his goal late on.
Yeah, I think again the substitutes had a big impact immediately. The game was very different. We really need to control the second half, even though we're 3-0 down. We had to try and control the game and score a certain type of goal. It wasn't going to be. I didn't want a really open game because of what I saw in the first half, they could hurt us on the counter. And Yeah, Tello, Martial, Stephen. I thought Callum was very good again, Callum McManaman, when he came on. And Scotty Smith, he really understood that position. When you play against a team that have a big threat in big areas like Charlton, you need to be positionally really, really disciplined. And we weren't first half. So second half, complete opposite. So it's, we have to recover. We have to take the feelings of the second half into this weekend. But as a club, from top to bottom, we have to understand that complacency will cause first halves like that.
Finally, obviously, Hump's got another goal late on. Did you have an inkling that we might even snatch a point late on with everything that was going on?
I knew that as soon as we scored, the momentum would change. That's just the talent of the players on the pitch at times. Stephen, Martial, Tello, he hit the bar as well. I know they hit the post, but it's we've got some talented players. Even some of the younger ones, I thought Charlie stuck to it. He understood how we were going to win this game or get back into it. Baba was the same. I thought Baba was excellent. So and look, I think what you could see is, so Jordan Jones, I thought, was one of our best players first half. One of the only real players that drove us forward in an attacking sense. But you could see after 60 minutes, he was really fatiguing, which probably shows that those games have caught up with him. But I'm going to have to rely on him again this weekend. It's we've got to win the fight against Exeter first, and then you can see we've got the talent to score in any game. But the mentality has to be right. If it isn't, then we won't win games.